The Constitution is not a mere lawyer's document, it is the vehicle of life, and its spirit is always the spirit of age, said Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I wish everyone present here a good morning. Euroschool North Campus would like to welcome you all to this joyful celebration of India's 73rd Republic Day. We truly appreciate all of you joining us today.
Republic Day is observed on 26 January every year to commemorate the establishment of the Indian Constitution. Let us start off this auspicious day with a welcome speech from our head girl Swati Narayan.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to wish all of you a very happy Republic Day. It is my pleasure to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Vandana Gupta, respected teachers, and all my friends on this wonderful occasion. Today, Republic India turns 73. January 26, 1950 marks an important event in the history of our country, as it is on this day that the Constitution of India came into effect, replacing the Government of India Act of 1935. The Constitution gave the people the power to choose their own government and guaranteed every citizen fundamental rights and duties. It was framed from multiple sources like the American, Irish, and British constitutions by the drafting committee with B.R. Ambedkar as its chairman and was last amended on January 25, 2020. Republic Day witnesses all the citizens of the country celebrating as one. Every year, a colorful parade is held at Rajpath in New Delhi to showcase our military strength and display the varied cultural heritage of our country. This year, there are only going to be 10 tableaux due to COVID restrictions. However, the spirit of Republic Day will be kept alive by the varied events that we bring to you today, which I am sure all of you will find very enjoyable. Come, let us together celebrate the glory of our great nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Swati. That was well expressed. Surely your words filled all of us with pride and honor for our country.
Don't we all love the feeling of patriotism that fills our hearts when we see the Indian tricolor flap in the wind? We would now request you all to stand up for the flag hoisting, followed by the national anthem.
Attention! Salute!
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind!
A very happy Republic Day to all of you.
The Indian flag is truly a symbol of identity of every Indian, under the influence of which every single individual is able to live with dignity and respect. Now I would like to call upon our dear principal, Dr. Vandana Gupta, to address the gathering on this occasion.
Greetings to all of you on the eve of the 73rd Republic Day of the world's largest and most spirited democracy. In this land of ours, enriched by diversity with many festivals, our national festivals are celebrated by everyone with great patriotic ardor. We celebrate the National Festival of the Republic Day with enthusiasm and express our respect for the national flag and our faith in the Constitution. 72 years ago, on 26 January, we, the people of India, adopted, enacted, and gave to ourselves a unique constitution. For all of us, then, this is the day also to pause and ruminate over the core values that the Constitution postulates. These values, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, outlined in the preamble of our Constitution, are sacred to all of us. Dear students, last 2 years have been tough as humankind almost came to a standstill in the face of a tribulation of gigantic proportions. But this has also been the time, as said by the President of India, to reflect on the central message of the Constitution. Our effective response to the pandemic as a nation would not have been possible without our constitutional value of fraternity. Indians have been like a close knit family, making exemplary sacrifices to protect each other in the face of the common enemy of coronavirus. It's pertinent to mention that given our country's population density, diversity of cultural traditions, natural and geographical challenges, taking precautionary measures against COVID was far more difficult for us. But the government has been trying its best to vaccinate the population at a great speed. We also need to express our deepest gratitude to the doctors, nurses, paramedics, healthcare administrators, and sanitation workers who put their own lives at risk. Quoting the President of India from his last year's address at the eve of Republic Day, he said, "Dear fellow citizens, the adversities of the previous year have only reminded us of what we have always known deep in our hearts, that care and concern for humanity and the feeling of fraternity is what kept us together for millennia. In every sphere, Indians rose to the occasion and put others before themselves. We Indians live and die for humanity. This Indian ideal has been expressed by the great poet Maithili Sharan Gupta in these words. उसी उदार की सदा सजीव कीर्ति कूजती तथा उसी उदार को समस्त सृष्टि पूजती अखंड आत्म भाव जो असीम विश्व में भरे वही मनुष्य है कि जो मनुष्य के लिए मरे. In English, these sentiments can be broadly conveyed in the following words. It is the benevolent whose glory lives on in songs eternal. It is the generous whom the world reveres forever, whose spirit of oneness fills the boundless universe. They truly are human who die for fellow beings." Unquote. However, affliction often plays the role of a great teacher. It makes us stronger and more confident, and I did say that the last year too. Some of the reforms that have come in at such challenging times have turned into great opportunities. The call for Atmanirbhar Bharat, the self-reliant India mission, will definitely make our ecosystem more robust. In fact, despite the serious calamity, we have succeeded in taking forward our activities in many spheres. The pandemic even threatened to derail the students' learning in a very big way, but institutions and teachers quickly adopted new technology and ensured that there was no break in education. At Euroschools, we adopted the NEP 2020 expeditiously. I'm sure with its stress on tradition as well as technology, we will lay the foundation of a new India which inspires and aspires to emerge as a knowledge hub on the international stage. Also at Euroschools, we launched Center of Excellence, which is a revolutionary initiative to give our students access to a world of experiential learning opportunities and professional programs. Center of Excellence's objective comprises grooming young entrepreneurs, building 21st century skills, and encouraging independent, career-driven individuals. I also feel elated to highlight the fact that our students at North Campus Bangalore have brought us laurels in the field of literature, coding, STEM and innovation, sports, performing arts, and oratory. I'm sure that the way they are being groomed at the school, they will contribute immensely to society and the country at large. On that note, as we celebrate the anniversary of our Republic Day, I once again send my special greetings to you and your families. Keep rising and shining and make your school, your teachers, your parents, and India very, very proud. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. We Indians live and die for humanity. What a wonderful thought. Thank you, ma'am, for those pearls of wisdom.
Yes, Kurin, those words were indeed wise. We now have a speech by Zaina Fatima of Senior KG.
Good morning, friends and my dear teachers. My name is Zaina Fatima. I study in Senior KG. Today, I'm gonna talk about Republic Day. Republic Day is celebrated on 26th January every year, and it's our national festival of India. The President of India hoists the flag in New Delhi. The President of India gives rewards and badges to the brave soldiers. On 1950, Constitution came into effect, and schools and colleges are filled full of joy, and Republic Day teaches us to live in unity and peace. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a happy Republic Day. Jai Hind.
Speech is the mirror of the mind. Thank you, Zaina. That was incredibly well said.
Cultural heritage of India is varied and rich. Art in its classical form is indispensable to Indian culture. We now have an invocation dance by Samprata R. Pillai of grade 6.
Tam, dit tam, kitatakatei, dhattei, kitatakatam, dit tam, kitatakatai, 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 dhattei, kitatakatam, dittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam ditam te tari kitatakatain dhatatte tari 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 kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhatte kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhatte kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhatte kitatakatam udittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam dittam kitatakatai dhattei kitatakatam ditam te tari kitatakatai dhatatte tam ditam te tari kitatakatai dhatatte tam ditam te tari kitatakatai dhatatte tari kitatakatam 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 ditam te తరికిట తక తైం ధతత్తే తరికిట తక తం ధితం తై తరికిట తక తైం ధతత్తే తరికిట తక తా గత జం తరిత తతకిట జం తరితై తా గత జం తరిత తరిగడం తతకిట జం తరిత తరిగడం తదిగిణతం తక తదిగిణతం తక దిక్ తరిగడం తై తై తైయం ధత్ తత్తాం కిట తక ద్రిగడ 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 తక దళంగు తక దిక్కు తక తది కిట తొంద తై తై తైయం ధత్ తత్తాం కిట తక ధిత్ తై తై తైయం ధత్ తత్తాం కిట తక తం.
Dance is art in motion, they say, and your performance has perfectly characterized this statement. Thank you, Samprita. We all loved your dance.
The art of practicing yoga helps in controlling one's mind, body, and soul. By combining mental and physical disciplines, it enables a peaceful way of living. Now, we have a yoga demonstration by Samriddhi S. of Grade 4.
जय जय शंकरा आदिदेव शंकरा तेरे जाप के बिना चले ये सांस किस तरह मेरा कर्म तू ही जाने क्या बुरा है क्या भला तेरे रास्ते पे मैं तो आंख मूंद के चला सृष्टि के जन्म से भी पहले तेरा वास था ये जग रहे या ना रहे रहेगी तेरी आस्था क्या समय क्या प्रलय दोनों में तेरी महानता 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 सीपियों की ओट में
Thank you for that demonstration, Samriddhi. Your flexibility is stunning. The COVID situation we are in has taken a toll on all of us. Even through these rough times, some people have managed to keep the spirit of humanity alive by helping those in need. We now have a video prepared by Skandan Shanmuga, Pranav Rajesh, Shishir V. Shetty, and Kuryakos Kurian portraying the same.
We all know about the tough COVID times when we all suffered and we were worried about our well-being. Though there have been some selfless brave helpers who have been endangering themselves for our safety, like police, doctors, volunteered citizens, and other community helpers. We have labeled them as COVID warriors and have given them the acknowledgement they deserve. But there are some other hidden helpers who are not known for their help, and we shall learn about them and their great achievements and favors. Sonu Sood. Sonu Sood, who was known as an actor in the 21st century, has emerged as the most unlikely superhero during the pandemic. For thousands of migrants, he is the man who helped them at a time when they were gripped with fear and were walking an uncertain path with no support or even an assurance that all would be well. Sonu Sood, a Mumbai-based restaurateur, and his team has so far sent around 20,000 people home by buses, trains and even flights.
they have sent people on 2 Shramik trains so far. Sonu Sood had also come to the rescue of another Mumbai resident who could not afford an oxygen concentrator. Sonu Sood, the savior of people during these tough times, has thus helped the migrants reach their home safe and sound. Shilpa Sahu. Time and time, women have proved that nothing can stop them from being an all-rounder, someone who can take care of the house and job with the same dedication and motivation. During these tough times, we will now get to know about another story of a 5-month pregnant DSP Shilpa Sahu, who is performing her duty to help keep others safe. The 29-year-old passionate police officer is out on the road performing her duty since the first wave of the novel coronavirus, despite being pregnant. Standing under the scorching sun, DSP Shilpa Sahu is seen with a lathi in her hand and a face shield while monitoring the crowd on the streets of Bastard Dantewada, urging them to stay indoors. The sight is an example of how the frontline workers have been risking their lives daily so we can stay safe during these uncertain times. We can thus see Shilpa Sahu, the selfless COVID warrior who has been keeping others safe by risking herself and going beyond the call of duty. Zoeb Bhutia. The world is a good place and there are some people who are making it better. Ever since the pandemic struck India, we have come across several stories of individuals who have ensured the needy don't go hungry. However, not everyone can do what this individual, Zoeb Bhutia from Sikkim, is doing. He is providing authentic momos to people who cannot afford to have a hearty meal due to the pandemic. Moved by the tragedies on the streets of Delhi and in other parts of the country, entrepreneur and MO Square founder Zoeb Bhutia, hailing from Gangtok in Sikkim, has been trying his best to reach out to people affected by the COVID crisis in any way possible. To help the destitute and the needy in the national capital, the entrepreneur offered to make some of the famous momos, an integral food cuisine in Sikkim, along with his friends and relatives to distribute it to those in need during the pandemic. Everything was going fine until one day when he had gone to Ames area to distribute about 100 plates to the people who were stranded outside. The sight of the helpless people shook him to the core. He knew he didn't have enough that night to feed them all, so he went back again the next day with some more food. This is how he had gotten into the habit of feeding helpless people.
Thank you, friends, for that magnificent video honoring those who have contributed to society in recent COVID times.
The importance of languages in enriching our heritage cannot be overstated, and it is our duty to do all we can to foster their growth and preservation. On that note, I would like to call Riya Matthias of Class 10 to give us a little insight on Republic Day in Kannada.
ಮೂಡಿತು ಭಾರತ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯ, ಹಾಡಿರಿ ಜನತೆಯ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ. ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಗುರುಗಳೇ, ಒಲವಿನ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. ಸುಮಾರು 5 ಶತಕಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಪರಕೀಯರ ಆಡಳಿತದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ 1947 ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 15ರಂದು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಪರಕೀಯರು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಗುಂಪು ಗುಂಪಾಗಿ ವಿಭಜಿಸಿದ ಕಾರಣ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿ, ಏಕತೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಯೋಗ, ಬುದ್ಧನ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಹಿಂಸೆ ಎಂಬ ಮಂತ್ರದಿಂದ ದೇಶವಾಸಿಗಳು ಒಂದುಗೂಡಿಸಿ ಅಹಿಂಸೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಪಡೆಯಲು ಕಷ್ಟವಾಯಿತು. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನವಿಲ್ಲದ ಕಾರಣ ಆಡಳಿತ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಯಿತು. ಭಾರತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ 2 ವರ್ಷ 10 ತಿಂಗಳು 18 ದಿನಗಳ ಬಳಿಕ ಈ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಯಿತು. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ B.R. ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಇದರ ಶಿಲ್ಪಿ. 1950 ಜನವರಿ 26ರಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಋಷಿಗಳ ತಪಸ್ಸು, ಕವಿಗಳ ಕನಸು ಮತ್ತು ವೀರರ ನಾಯಕತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಒಂದು ಅಪೂರ್ವ ದಾಖಲೆ. ಇದು ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಅತಿದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಗ್ರ ದಾಖಲೆ. ಇದರ ಮುಖ್ಯ ವಿಷಯ ಏನೆಂದರೆ ಇದು ಕಾಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಬಹುದು. ಇದನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ನಮ್ಮ ವೀರರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸೋಣ. ಈ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿ, ರಕ್ಷಿಸಿ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದೇ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗಿ ಬಾಳೋಣ. ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯ ಸುಂದರ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟೋಣ. ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ಜಯವಾಗಲಿ.
Thank you, Ria. What a pleasure it was to listen to you. Now I would like to call Ananya Gautam of class 5 to give us a short speech in Hindi.
पहन बसंती नव परिधान, सज धज कर देखो आज गणतंत्र दिवस फिर आया है। धरती माँ ने धानी साड़ी पहन श्रृंगार सजाया है। गणतंत्र दिवस फिर आया है। आदरणीय प्रधान अध्यापिका महोदया, समादरणीय गुरुजनों एवं मेरे प्यारे साथियों, भारत आज अपना 72वां गणतंत्र दिवस मना रहा है। कश्मीर से लेकर कन्याकुमारी तक पूरा देश आज एक रंग में रंगा नजर आ रहा है। हमारे इस गणतंत्र का भी एक गौरवशाली इतिहास है। 26 जनवरी गणतंत्र दिवस देश की संविधान स्थापना दिवस के रूप में मनाया जाता है। देश की संविधान को तैयार करने के लिए संविधान सभा का गठन किया गया, जिसके अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर थे। संविधान के निर्माण में कुल 2 साल 11 महीने और 17 दिनों का समय लगा। इसके बाद संविधान इस सभा के सभापति को सौंप दिया गया। 26 जनवरी 1950 को संविधान लागू हुआ। इस अवसर पर डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद ने भारत के प्रथम राष्ट्रपति के रूप में शपथ ली। इरविन स्टेडियम में 21 तोपों की सलामी के बाद भारत गणतंत्र के जन्म की घोषणा की गई। हर साल राजपथ पर भारत की तीनों सेनाएं दुनिया को भारत की ताकत का एहसास कराती हैं। इस अवसर पर अलग अलग राज्यों की झांकियां निकलती हैं, जो यह बताती हैं कि विविधता में एकता ही भारत की पहचान है। आज हमारी विधायिका, कार्यपालिका और न्यायपालिका पर भ्रष्टाचार का काला साया मंडरा रहा है। जिस देश में दूध की नदियां बहती थी, आज वहां भ्रष्टाचार की गंगोत्री बहती है। आजादी के 7 दशकों में हमने बहुत कुछ हासिल किया है, लेकिन हमारे सपने अभी भी अधूरे हैं। हमें किरण किरण जोड़कर नया सूरज बनाना होगा। मुझे इस अवसर पर कवि किसलय की पंक्तियां याद आती हैं। संविधान में दिए हकों से परिचय हमें कराना है, भारत को मिलजुल कर हमें खुशहाल बनाना है। भारत के सामने आज कई वैश्विक चुनौतियां हैं। बुनियादी स्वच्छता एक और समस्या है। हालांकि पिछले 5 वर्षों में स्वच्छ भारत के अभियान के तहत 12 मिलियन शौचालय बनाए गए हैं, फिर भी यूनाइटेड नेशंस की एक रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से 44% आबादी अभी भी खुले में शौच करती है। भारत मेडिकल टूरिज्म का हब बनता जा रहा है, लेकिन यह सुविधाएं उन देशवासियों को उपलब्ध नहीं है जो गरीब होते हैं। भारत में हेल्थ केयर अभी भी पिछड़ा हुआ है, क्योंकि सरकार का अधिकतर ध्यान कृषि, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और IT में है। 50% ग्रामीणों तक स्वास्थ्य सेवा नहीं पहुंची है। शिशु मृत्यु दर यानी इन्फेंट मोर्टालिटी रेट हर 1000 जीवित जन्मों पर 25 है। बेरोजगारी, भ्रष्टाचार मेरे देश को कई नई कीर्तिमान बनाने हैं। हरिवंश राय जी बच्चन की इन पंक्तियों के साथ में अपनी वाणी को विराम देना चाहती हूँ। कटी बेड़ियां और हथकड़ियां, हर्ष मनाओ, मंगल गाओ, परंतु यहाँ पर लक्ष्य नहीं है, आगे पथ पर पैर बढ़ाओ। आजादी वह मूर्ति नहीं जो बैठी रहती मंदिर में, उसकी पूजा करनी है तो नक्षत्रों से होड़ लगाओ। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
The earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not for every man's greed, said Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you, Ananya, for sharing your insight.
Our constitution was given shape over 70 years ago with the help of numerous people and their various views and concerns regarding the well-being of Indians. This was all done in a time when technology wasn't a big part of everyday life. But what if the constitution were to be made now, where technology and its development are at its peak? Let us find out in a skit prepared by Abhinandan N, Anshika Mishra, V. Akash Pranav, Adishri Bharadwaj, Ayush G and Shravya R.
This skit is made only for entertainment purposes. Hence, it should not be taken seriously.
Good morning, everyone. Let us begin the first online session of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, Jawaharlal Nehru ji, you may speak. Nehru ji, you need to turn on your mic. No, now you have turned off your video. It's just a button next to that.
Oh, can you hear me now? Oh, sorry, Mr. President.
Yeah.
I'm still getting the hang of all this technology.
Ah, yes. What were you saying, Nehru ji?
Yes, Mr. President. I would like to propose an introduction to the Constitution of India, which would introduce the main principles of the Constitution and what it would actually represent. It would introduce the main principles of the constitutional structure. So I would like to propose a preamble to be added in the beginning of the Constitution. Mr. President, may I share my draft of the preamble?
Yes, you may go ahead.
Yes, this is a brilliant idea. This would state the intentions of the Constitution in just a few lines.
All in favor to add the preamble in the Constitution, please raise your hand virtually. The preamble shall be added to the Constitution.
The suggestion is that in an election to the Legislative Assembly or Parliament, the reservation of seats for minorities must be made mandatory to not only ensure equal representation for them, but also to empower them and to ensure their participation in the decision-making process of the country.
Okay, and will the minorities be elected based on a separate electorate for the seats?
If minorities are elected on the basis of separate electorate, wherein the upper caste elect upper caste and minorities elect minorities, they will be separated forever. That is why Mahatma Gandhi ji and I have agreed that whenever we reserve seats in the parliament, everyone will elect a member from a list of only minorities. And for general seats, a minority may contest like any other Indian. The people must decide how society should be organized, and the constitution should not take away this liberty.
Absolutely. I believe the primary duty of this constitution should be to suggest ways to eradicate the prejudice against minority groups. These include underprivileged, oppressed classes and women as well. According to me, women are the single largest minority of our society.
Yes, I agree. The Constitution must provide special measures and safeguards such as gender equality and universal suffrage.
There should also be reservation of seats for women in the parliament, which would encourage women to participate in political and parliament issues. Women have equal rights to enter parliament as men, and a sense of equality is maintained by creating such reservations for women.
By ensuring women have access to these resources, we can help women empower themselves, become more independent, and help them to achieve their goals. All we want is equal opportunity before the law in society and education, because that is the right of every human being.
Good morning, everyone. Let's begin today's committee. As we all are aware, the main task of this committee is to discuss and make suggestions on the rights of a citizen. And in my opinion, the fundamental rights of a citizen is the most important topic for any constitution. So please put forward your frank and considered views.
I believe that every citizen of our country is equal before the Constitution, and that every citizen has equal rights before the law. Not one citizen is above the other.
There will also be no legal discrimination on the grounds of caste, race, religion, gender, and place of birth.
Yes, the Rajkumari is correct. But her being Rajkumari gives me a thought. In our new India, where everyone will be equal, would titles like Rajkumari, Rajadiraj, or Chhatrapati be valid? I think hereditary titles should have no place in New India.
I'm totally with you, Pandit Nehru. From today, you can address me simply as Amrit Kaur.
But however, academic titles such as doctor and professor and professional titles will remain. No inherited titles.
I also believe that a right should exist which would grant freedom to the citizens. They should never have to experience the harsh oppression we have. They will have the right to freely travel from place to place in the country and should not face restrictions.
They also must have the right to practice any religion they want. They should have the right to freely profess, practice, and propagate religion.
I would like to propose a very important fundamental right, the right to constitutional remedies. It empowers the citizens to move to a court of law in case of any denial of the fundamental rights. I believe that it is the heart and the soul of the Indian Constitution.
I couldn't agree more.
These fundamental rights will be essential for the all-around development of the citizens and our country.
Thank you, friends. That was marvelously staged. India is known for its diversity all around the globe. Ethnic clothing is just one of the things that distinguish one part of India from the other. We sew, we embroider, and we embellish our clothes in various designs, making them look unique, charming, and individual to itself, expressing the region of country it belongs to.
In this, as well as many other ways, India is different, yet as a nation, we remain united. Embracing this concept, students of pre-primary are dressed in clothing representative of their native regions.
What a marvelous showcase! Isn't it wonderful to see how each regional attire of India has its own charm?
Yes, you are certainly right. In every work of art, an artist represents themselves. We would like to draw your attention to the virtual art gallery, which includes the magnificent artwork of the students of North Campus who have participated in the art competition organized on the occasion of Republic Day. We will be sharing a Google form link with all of you to vote for the best work of art.
Music is an indispensable part of any celebration. It sets the scene, creates the mood, and brings people together. Let us now welcome the two nightingales of North Campus, Hannah Mehwish and Anjana Sajan, performing Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayada Sheetalam, Shashi Shamala Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. Shudra Jyotsna Pulakitayamini, Pullak Sumita Drumadalla Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhdam Vardam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
What a mesmerizing performance! Our primary students have stolen our hearts. Today's event has been quite enjoyable, but it is now sadly coming to a close. I would like to call upon our school head boy, Gaurav Reddy, to give the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to our respected principal, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. I feel honored to address this august gathering and propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion of the Republic Day celebration. First, I would like to wish you all a very happy Republic Day. We are all grateful to the Constitution that came into effect on this day. It assures the citizens justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. It also states our rights and duties as citizens. On this Republic Day, I hope that no matter who we are, rich or poor, a powerful politician or a common man, we continue to respect these basic principles and values given to us by our comprehensive Constitution. By doing so, we can be sure that as we move forward and continue to build this nation, we do not leave behind the foundation on which our country is built. I would like to thank our beloved principal for all her words of wisdom which have always inspired us. We will always remain grateful to you and are thankful for your presence here today. I would also like to thank the Student Council and all the teachers involved in the successful organization of this Republic Day celebration. Last but not the least, I thank all the students for having shown their spirit of patriotism and allegiance to our motherland by joining this celebration. Thank you all and have a nice day. Once again, here's wishing you a very happy Republic Day.
Thank you for your words, Gaurav. It is now, sadly, time to conclude today's celebration. Thank you all for joining us. Have a good day.